Hello there folks, welcome to another train simulator video. Today got something kinda neat. This is a enhancement pack slash mod, whichever one you want to call it really, for the old DDA40X, the big boy, the diesel big boy. Let's get that straight. Anyway, the model itself, the engine itself, and the add-on itself was developed and made by DTM many, many moons ago, almost a decade ago, and that is what you'll need to use this pack. Now, a little bit about the DDA40X, in case you're not aware or just want to know a little bit of history about it. Essentially, it was an experimental high-powered diesel built by EDM for Union Pacific in the late 60s, since they had kind of a thing for large, powerful engines, Union Pacific. Nicknamed the Centennial to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Transcon completion. They rostered dozens of these things, over 40. One remains active, I believe, which is 6936, part of the Union Pacific Heritage Program. There are many other survivors at different museums and places and things like that out west in the Midwest and all that. It included the latest model of the EMD 645 E3 Alpha prime mover at 3,300 horsepower. So that's time 2. It had 2 engines, so essentially 6,600 horsepowers. Still regarded to this day, could be debated, but it's still regarded to this day as the most powerful diesel single unit locomotive ever built. Son of a biscuit, was almost 100 feet long. These things, they're just absolutely massive. And they had special gearing. There's a lot of controversy as to a lot of folks thinking, and it being historically written, that these things were built for power and pulling and all that, but they were actually built for speed because they had a special gearing, 59 and 18, which they were supposed to be capable of a typical and standard line speed of 90 miles per hour. So that's what these things are. They're massive, they're cool as hell, you know, they're one in a million. We won't see anything like this again. Thankfully, there's still some around and they're still preserved, which is very, very cool. But that's why I found this a unique mod. And the fact that the original add-on, it did get positive reviews because it was, you know, it's kind of cool because of what it is. Again, it's the friggin' DDA40X. I mean, they're just massive. They're awesome. But anyway, this is a mod by someone named LP, which has done quite a lot of mods as of late. What you're going to get with this is 2 new variants, 6936 in current yellow stripe, type 1, which, let me clear the air on this. The types in this is just from the build. These things didn't actually have type numbers, so it's just how DTM built them and their, you know, how they came about, essentially, in the building process from DTM, I think. Anyway, type 1 has got a blue patch over the UP logo, the shield logo. All variants were updated with their coloring to the correct armor yellow and signal red, which are UP colors. There's a new horn and bell, which is an EMD steel bell. You'll get an S3L. Bit my tongue there for a minute. And the RS3L. 2 horn variants on this. You're going to get new smoke particles, which you can see here puffing away, versus the old DTM kind of square blocked particles that didn't look all that great. Cab camera has been adjusted for better visibility. The correct UP shield on variant 1 with UP Railroad instead of just UP, which it initially had on the original add-on. The headlights have been restricted to the dim position because DTM has not been known for great headlights. They haven't changed in almost a decade. So these are set to the dim position no matter what position you try and set them in, with reason and good reason, because it corrects the lighting atrocities that happen to your eyeballs in the game in general. The head-out camera is adjusted to see more than the mirrors, whether you have them in or out, because you can actually shut them or open them. The new headlights have been kind of changed as well as far as the color. It's more of a warmer glow, more natural look. And of course, like I said, the requirement is the DDA40X Centennial off the Steam store by DTM. It's very simple. It's drag and drop. There's an asset folder. You drag it in your Railworks folder, and then there's a bat file which will pop up in the assets. And you just run that son of a gun, and it's done. That's it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at 6936. These are one of the standard ones that's part of the Heritage program. This is 6936 right here. This is the original 6936. This is the current 6936 with the yellow reflective stripe, which I might add looks really nice. I mean, considering these things, you know, for 2014, sure, they looked all right, but by today's standards, so this, you know, this pack kind of updates things and makes them look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. The colors do look correct. I mean, all you need to do is go back and look at the original media photos for these things on the Steam store if you want to see what I'm talking about. But they are coming correct now, thanks to LP and this mod pack in itself. But you'll note one of the biggest things with these two modern ones, not only the beacons, but they've got the green top on the nose as well as the logo on the front, whereas the older boys did not. So it looks good. It does look good. The colors look good. The textures are still, you know, this is like base model, which would probably require a ton of work, which is why I don't think people really mess with DTM stuff, because of the base model itself needing a lot of work. You know, but for a enhancement pack to just upgrade the looks of these absolute chads of American railroading, I mean, what a flippin' unit. God, they're just massive. 98 feet long. Jesus Christ. They're cool as hell, though. You know, and like I said, at the time, for what it was, you know, DTM actually did a little bit of weathering and things like that, which, you know, seems like out of the norm nowadays. But you'll notice the smoke and particle effects now look a lot better, thankfully. We'll go ahead and hop in this one here. Check out the horn on this one. And the bell. Go to the interior. The kind of head cam has been changed a little bit, so you can see a little bit better. It's adjusted. I've got my field of view back regardless, but it's adjusted a little bit more so you can see over the nose and the tracks themselves. The head out thing, it's popped out a bit more, so if this is out, the mirror right here, you can still see it a bit better. As far as the interior, I'm pretty sure nothing was changed. This, like I said, this is a very old locomotive, but at the time, you know, 2014, it was all right, pretty cool. Pop on the number lights, and the headlights that have been reverted to dim only, we'll pop those on now as well. So see, watch, I'll try and leave it on bright, and I'll let go, and they'll pop all the way back to dim. Medium, same deal. So we'll check it out. So we've got the ditches and these up here as well, and they were toned down. It's just more of a natural, you know, sunny, warm, you know, sitting in the sand with a fruity drink atop with a umbrella, tiny umbrella, kind of warm glow. It just looks, it looks good. It looks a lot nicer, a lot nicer. We'll go ahead and hop in the most current version right here with the yellow stripe, and that looks good. That does look good. Check out the horn on this bad boy. Bell as well. Hop inside here, same deal. Jesus, just looking across the floor at this thing. Like, good God. Absolutely thick, boys. Absolutely thick. Same deal with the headlight. Bam, bam, bam. And if you stick your head out here, whoop. There you go. Same deal. I forget the keybind. It's like Control M or some weird something. I can't remember for the mirrors. Hop in 6908, which in the game is listed as, I think, Type 1. As per like the DTM manual and whatnot. But again, the colors look good. They look a lot better. The colors on these by default were severely washed out and they just did not look right at all. But it definitely looks a lot better. This one's slightly weathered. That, I believe, that one is the that's the S3L, isn't it? Yeah, the two newer ones, I think those to the right that we just did have the RS3L. That's a pretty good sounding horn. That's not bad at all. Got the EMB steel bell as well. One of the things he does note in the patch information, of course, which I forgot to mention, I will link down below so you can go and grab this for yourself if you'd like to take a look, is if the horns start tripping out, just quit the scenario or free roam or whatever the hell you got set up and restart it. Sometimes they kind of do something funky. So far I haven't had an issue, knock on wood, but we'll see. So that's 6908. This is the Type 1 patch, like I said, which is listed in the manual or the game itself. Same horn. And then over here, the last one, the Type 2, which it's listed as. And like it looks a lot better. You know, with the weathering and all that, and the just the straight gnarliness. It looks a lot better with the colors coming correct, I must say. The biggest thing with these models, and I feel like DTM models always, I'm kind of sidetracking here, and it has nothing to do with the enhancement pack, but I can't help it. It's just always the wheels. The wheels just never looked right. And they continue to not look right. Something about the wheels with a lot of the DTM model, if they were different, darker, correct size, it would just change the look of everything totally. This one's got the big ass horn rack up here, as you can see, versus that one. That one has the beacon as well. And this one should have the S3Ls, or S3, yeah, SL3, S3L. Numbers and letters are hard. Yeah, same dilly. So yeah, that's the enhancement pack. Just some sounds, corrected colors, some better view angles, headlights, particle effects, all kinds of good stuff. Because these things are cool, you know, and it's a shame that time hasn't treated them well, you know, IRL or in the game. And so to have this pack now, just freshen them up a little bit, you know. Give them another run around the block, especially this new one, considering the fact you could do some new age stuff with this and those horrible old UP coaches that we have, which are like the only thing that you can use pretty much. But yeah, that's it. I will link it down below. Go and check out the pack. It looks very nice. LP has been making quite a few mods as of late, fixing up some of the older stuff. And Train Simulator, and just making stuff, you know, a lot more bearable and a lot nicer, which is just, you know, a good thing. So we will definitely be taking more looks at stuff like that in due time. But as of now, that is it. DDA40X enhancement pack. Good stuff. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just a quickie. I'll see you next time. Take care.